Hi guys, Rando Gamer here with another session of PICA or Paranormal Investigations. This is session 11, which picks up right after they had met with Archie the Boss Bonato. They'd been handed one of the sarcophaguses and had made their way out of the building and had picked up on a cultist as well as a golden-eyed individual. The golden-eyed individual made it away, but the cultists they were able to kind of track down, and the sessions picks up with their chase with the cultist. Um, Unfortunately for the investigators, though, they bite off a little bit more than they can chew, or at least more than they expected, and the session gets a little hairy there for a little bit, and ends off with a huge cliffhanger as the group may have put themselves in a situation that is going to require some very, very careful planning to get out of. Um, if you like the session, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, here is session 11 of Paranormal Investigations.
Well, thank you guys for joining. This is session 10. No, this is session 11 of Paranormal Investigations. In our last session,
Wow.
we had started out with a little bit of like downtime as you guys were kind of like working through what to do following the investigation of the cultist there at PICA. Um, Gillis had been working on his book. For those that weren't aware, Gillis was kind of working on a book of kind of like his perspective of an author writing about the paranormal. So basically, him detailing Violet's approach to writing her
A
books.
meta narrative.
So kind of like taking excerpts of like her books and then like his rendition of like what really happened, how she came to write it the way she did, all those things. Um, and he had gotten up to about the towards the end of Paper Chase, basically right around the point where like he was hallucinating being chased by a werewolf through the tunnels and whatnot. Carmilla had gotten her 6 silver bullets from the armory. She had been waiting outside the armory pretty much all morning, had picked those up, and then had gone back to work out for a little bit before heading back up to New York to work on her bike, which she basically has got it done, just working on some cosmetic aspects of it. The After that, we had kind of followed Dr. Savage as he was getting spending some time in his clinic. He had running tip top shape, basically ahead of schedule on like all of his appointments and stuff. Um, and eventually, Gillis had managed to convince Dr. Savage to have a meal with him, basically trying to get to know him. And it more or less it's Gillis's, hey, this is what we're actually up against. Are you okay with that? Because this is something most people aren't accustomed to dealing with, and making sure that they're going to be okay with it. They had gone up to Little Tino's, which was a pizza joint in Little Italy, and it had been quickly apparent to Gillis how intertwined Dr. Savage is up
Yeah.
here. Um, and more or less, Gillis came to the conclusion that Dr. Savage is probably going to be more than okay with the stuff that they're going to be facing, because Dr. Savage has been part of World War One and has seen some crazy atrocities in his time. Um,
Yeah.
and after this, Dr. Savage really gives him the full community experience of like being involved with the owner here. So like they got like the full on like full course meal with like cannolis, like other pastas and everything like that. And it made Gillis kind of like really consider not just working in New York, but actually living in New York and interacting with the people that live here. Um, we had then caught up with Violet, who was working on her book. It's a little bit slower going at the moment just because her book is on current events. So, like, she's basically detailed the stuff that you guys have done at this point as far as this module is concerned. But she's running into the roadblock of, like, she doesn't know how it's going to end yet. So, being able to, like, foreshadow and, like, make a cohesive story is a little bit tough because it's hard to tell what's important right now because how this is going to actually play out isn't determined yet. Gillis had then come by her house, bringing over some brandy that he kind of stashed in a globe. Um, and he just wanted Violet's opinion on his book. He originally wanted to give it as a gift when it was complete, but he's feeling a little bit self-conscious because he's not a natural-born writer. And she kind of gives him the pointers of that you're approaching it from like a academic journal standpoint of like being very clinical in it, so it's like a very dry read, and recommends kind of like giving it a little bit better flow and having a storyteller approach to it versus a scientist approach. Um, After their discussion here, they play a little bit of cards, which Gillis, being lubricated from the brandy he brought over, manages to pull off the win. But as he's leaving, he has to kind of push down some concerns because he's really struggling with the shapeshifters can be anybody. So like, there's part of him is like, was this really Dr. Savage that I had dinner with the other day? Is this really Violet that I'm meeting with right now? And he has to keep like pushing that down because he can't get that paranoid. Um, Eventually, the group meets back up to go over to the Chrysler building where Archie the Boss Bonato resides. And this is the meeting that had been set up for them to kind of talk with him and figure out where the other sarcophagi are. Going up, they recognize the bouncers outside of his office as the ones they saw at the garage of involving Leroy Turner. Um, Once they're invited back in, they see Archie, who's like this 7 foot tall, like 245-pound man. Basically, think of like the Kingpin as far as like build, like a huge fucking dude that's all muscle, sitting behind a mahogany desk. You guys can see that he has some memorabilia on the sides, including there was a sarcophagus right there on um, the sort of bookcase. And
Oh boy.
you guys had started the conversation, and it was quickly apparent that Archie knew a lot more about you and what was going on than what you guys would have thought. And he kind of like has to get you guys some drinks to kind of get you guys to open up and like actually talk about what's going on, because it seems like you guys were a little bit trepidatious of like trying to get him to believe the supernatural, but not realizing that he's encountered enough that he knows there's something up, just not the particulars. Um, Eventually, you guys kind of get into the weeds of what they are, and convince him that they're very, very dangerous. So, kind of an exchange for having PICA on call, so that if he has anything that he's worried about, PICA would come and answer. He gives you guys the sarcophagus and tells you who he gave the other ones to. So, in the world information, you guys now have the names of all the people that have sarcophagus.
Hell yeah.
The After this, you guys have made your way back down and out onto the street, um, and Dr. Savage and Violet immediately pick up on someone staring at them down one of the alleyways here. Dr. Savage is able to make out that it is a cultist. And then Dr. Savage also picked up on another individual that's like in the midst of the crowd, on the like sidewalk across the street, just staring you guys down. And um, he kind of signals to let Carmilla pick up on the one down the alleyway, so she starts moving in on him. And then Dr. Savage tries to go towards the one across the street. Um, as he's getting closer, the one across the street does kind of eventually key in on who has the sarcophagus, and then decides not to do anything at the moment. Basically, this is like midday, so like it seems like not wanting a confrontation at the moment. Turns around and leaves, but Dr. Savage is able to make out that the eyes of this individual are a little bit golden. Um, Meanwhile,
Golden eye.
Wait, he did make out or wasn't able to make out?
he was able to make out. So
Okay.
Dr. Savage is at least privy at the moment to this individual having golden eyes. the Carmilla had eventually gotten to the alleyway, which had alerted the cultist, but she also picked up on that this cultist had identified that Violet was currently carrying the sarcophagus, and he ends up sprinting away. She does throw a trash can lid, knocking him into the ground, but without even thinking twice, he gets back up and starts running again. So
Captain
that's
America
more or less
style.
where we're picking up. So setting the scene, essentially we're going to go right into a chase sequence here. For Archie and Bentley, we're going to say that you guys are on the sidewalk with Gillis and Violet at this moment. That you were in.
Is it fair to say that we see the cultists once they are going off?
I would say you guys are at least
maybe
aware.
not initially.
Yeah, Violet was already aware of someone down the alleyway, and you guys would have noticed Carmilla moving towards the alleyway to go do things. Neither of you had vocalized that you were moving as well. So how we're going to set this up is Dr. Savage is mixed in the crowd on the opposite side of the street because he was trying to track down this individual that was eyeballing you guys. Violet, Gillis, Archibald, and Bentley are all on the sidewalk just outside the Chrysler building. And Carmilla, you're in the alleyway about 50 yards from the cultists, and both of you have more or less started to run. How this works with chase sequences is basically we kind of set it up into like dex rolls to see how well you're closing or moving between you and the cultists. It's more of a flavor sort of thing. We're going to describe what sort of environments you guys are interacting with. The short of it is, to think of it, is Carmilla, you're about 2 zones behind the cultist currently. That means you would have to beat him on dex rolls twice in order to get into the same zone as him to like directly interact. For Gillis, Archibald, Violet, and Bentley, you guys are about 4 zones back because you're still about 50 yards from the alleyway itself, and then have to get into the alleyway and start moving. And then
what about Savage?
Savage, you're about 6 zones away because you're across the street.
Wow. Okay.
Let me switch up some music. Any questions on chase sequence? We've only done it once or twice in Call of Cthulhu, so
it sounds pretty straightforward.
Will you remind me where Archibald is at?
You're on the street basically with Violet, Gillis, Bentley, and Violet. The big one is you guys are all grouped together with the person that has the sarcophagus that has been identified by 2 unknown individuals. One for sure a cultist, the other one is not identified.
Right. Okay.
I have a question, but it's more of a meta sense. The direction going into this alleyway, is it away or going to the direction of the vehicle we used to get here?
It would be away because you guys parked on the street, so like moving into the alleyway would be moving away from your vehicle.
Gotcha. Oh boy. Do you want to like do this like an initiative style, or how do you want to?
Basically, we're gonna
by
be rolling.
zone?
Yeah, we're gonna be rolling dex rolls to kind of see how everybody does. So everybody can roll a dex roll at once. I'll kind of work backwards from the zones to kind of figure out how everybody is progressing.
Who has the sarcophagi?
Violet. And if you are not wanting to participate in the chase, just vocalize that as we kind of go around the table as well. So like, I don't want to participate. I'm going to stay on the sidewalk and wait to see how things pan out before I do anything. That is a totally valid option. Just let me know if that is how you're proceeding, so we can kind of keep that in mind for.
I want to turn to Violet real quick. Are you going to run? There's no way I can.
God forbid the therapist runs.
Well, he is eyeing me. Probably should get away from him. So go this way. Go try to get to the car.
Yeah, me and Violet, that's what we're going to do.
Archibald is 100% chasing.
Okay.
He as they leave, he kind of scoffs at this, like, just gotta be a good private investigator, I guess, and takes off on foot.
Okay.
Bentley seeing this, briefly takes a look back out to the car. Can I take a look at the surroundings, like outside of the alley before we head out? Because I plan on chasing, but I want to get a look of the situation first.
Yeah. What specifically you're trying to get a better idea?
I want to see if they're using my investigative mind. I want to see if I could, like, aside from the people who were like eyeing us from across the way, if there are any other like context clues that could be that could give more information, or even other threats that could be left behind if we chase.
Give me a spot hidden roll.
You're gonna have to walk me through this. I'm sorry.
You're gonna roll a D100, and you need to roll lower than the value you have in spot hidden.
Yeah, and depending on what value there's different levels of success that you roll under. For example, my spot hidden is not great. It's like, where's it at?
My spot hidden is a 25. Okay, so I will try this.
And keep in mind, especially with Call of Cthulhu, like, failing doesn't necessarily mean you don't do what you want. It just might be slower.
That was so close. All right, that's a 35. My percentage is 25.
At the moment, it's pretty chaotic. You're kind of trying to get a viewpoint of the dude that was across the street that Dr. Savage was moving towards. You never actually make eye contact with the individual he was eyeing down, so you don't even know what that person looked like. Whoever it was already moving away before Savage could get over there, so like you don't have a frame of reference, and there's so many people. And then looking towards the alleyway, you can see that it's clearly a cultist now, because you had enough time to kind of like make out the individual after Carmilla knocked him to the ground. So they've got like the Pacific Islander complexion with a bunch of tattoos and everything that's sticks out pretty heavily, being in 1920s New York, where it's pretty much predominantly white people.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna like toss my jacket off and pull out my revolver and start running.
Okay.
Hell
I did
yeah.
make this point last time, just as a reminder. It is midday out in the public, so you can fire weapons if you feel so inclined. Just remember that police might
There's
actually
law
get
and
involved.
police. Yeah.
We're PICA. What is the law? We're above the law.
Sure.
Dude, no one knows who
we-
PICA is,
we-
man.
Natural
And the
law.
errands.
And then one more real life thing before we get going too far. In about 20 minutes, I'm going to have to take a break to pick up Artemis from her dance thing and come back. So at about 8:20, we'll take about a 20-30 minute break so I can pick her up and get her back. But other than
Okay. All right.
That's cool.
Okay. So we got Carmilla chasing, Archibald chasing, Bentley chasing, Violet and Gillis going to the car. What are you doing, Dr. Savage?
Dr. Still. There he is.
Well, seeing how the Jen was kind of eyeing towards the sarcophagus, which I believe Violet has, and also seeing that the one guy is being more than adequately chased down, he's going to head for the car to hopefully move it around closer to where the alley leads.
Oh, perfect.
That's exactly what I had in mind.
All right. For my 3 individuals chasing, go ahead and roll me your dex. Just let me know what type of success or if it's a failure, let me know that. And then we'll kind of compare how each person does, and we'll walk through where you are after that in relation to each other.
Yeah, dude,
Okay, so
my
just-
dex is
just so-
25.
Just so I have a good grasp here. 60 is a pass, but then half of that is a greater success, and then
That's a
half
hard
of that
success.
is...
And then the one after
yeah.
that's extreme. And if you happen to roll a 0-1, That's a critical success.
Yeah, so basically, you have to meet it or roll lower to get the window.
The way to
Okay.
think of it is, I think we've done this with
That's
vehicles
tiers.
before, is if
Yeah.
you get a regular success, you're going to move up 1 zone. If you make a hard success, you're going to move up 2 zones. If you make a crit or a extreme success, you're going to move up 3 zones. If you happen to hit a crit, you're moving up 4 zones. If that makes sense.
Okay, I know you just said it. What are the different success types?
So it goes
success-
if you hit-
Regular.
hit under the value that's your base value. That's a regular. The one after that's hard. The one after that is extreme, and then if you roll a 0-1, that's a crit.
Okay, I got a hard.
Okay.
I'm about to roll. I want to show these off real quick. I just Alyssa got me these new dice the other day. That
They're
have,
not,
Oh, nice.
it's not focusing. Put your hand behind it.
I know because I don't. It doesn't autofocus.
It's not focusing.
But
there you go.
there's like a dragon eye on the inside of them
Oh,
that rolls
yeah.
Oh,
around.
that's cool.
Oh, cool.
I really
Okay,
need a
Archibald,
camera
what was
that
your
autofocuses.
dex?
Almost a hard success. I got a 35, so
regular
regular
success.
success.
What about you, Carmela?
I got a 25, which is almost a half success, but my regular is 40.
Okay, so regular success for 2 of you. Okay, the cultists got a hard success. So Carmilla, you're the only one to really see this at the moment because you guys are down the actual alleyway. You can see a little bit further up, so about halfway down the alleyway is a fence. There's some trash cans up next to the side of it, and then there's a little bit of a break in the boards down low, like you could potentially crawl through. And the cultist kind of like runs, plants himself on the trash cans, and jumps over the fence, knocking the trash cans over.
Hell yeah, dude. Just like in the fucking movies.
As you move up, you're still a little bit away from the fence itself, and you realize as you're getting close to the fence that you're either going to have to like legit climb this fence, or you're going to have to crawl underneath, because without the trash cans there, you're not going to be able to kind of do the jump technique that he had. Bentley, you're able to get just behind Carmilla, so you're part of the way down the alleyway, so you're now able to kind of see a little bit what's going on as you see the cultist kind of vault over the fence there. And then Archibald, you're at the entrance of the alleyway, so you kind of got an idea of what's going on, but you don't have nearly as much eyes on as everybody else. So we'll go again.
Can we
Okay,
have
yeah.
gotten into the car?
Oh yeah, for you guys, I won't necessarily put it in timestamps per se.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure. I just like the idea of Violet driving, and she like whips around, nearly dodging like a couple people, and I'm like, whoa, in the front seat, and then we just like barely come to a stop for Savage to hop in the back.
Yeah, I would say that's realistic, as you kind of like are able to whip it, allowing Savage to kind of get in as you guys are trying to figure out the most advantageous way to get to where
Pop
you
back
think
out.
the alleyway is
Right.
going to pop out. If you guys would like, give me a knowledge roll.
Who?
Ooh.
The guys in the car. So this would be
Knowledge.
Savage, Violet, or Gillis, or all three. Basically, how well they remember this part of New York and which streets
Knowledge
are going to
roll.
be.
I can't find it. God damn it.
It should be up top, unless it's not
Up
called
top.
knowledge.
You mean education?
Yeah, education.
The education.
Underneath it, it says no, because it's if you want someone to see if they know this as innate knowledge, you would have them roll this.
I
That's
see.
a hard success for me, right?
Okay.
The middle one.
Yeah, the middle ones are hard.
A hard success for me.
I
But,
also have
35.
Perfect. What was that for you, Gillis?
Sorry. Nothing.
I think this kind of fits. Dr.
Yeah, I
Savage,
don't- I'm not really-
you've spent
yeah.
a lot of time coming to the back alleyways to help out with the gang members, whether it be Archie's
Yeah.
men or Lucky's. Violet, you've lived in New York your entire life. While you're not necessarily, used to the back alley part, you know the street buildings well enough to know that there's a basically a old factory that's slated to be demolished because it was a steel mill that got basically expanded on and moved outside of the city. So they're looking to refurbish this area for something else. And you know this alleyway is leading directly to the side where that factory should be. So you guys have a pretty good game plan for getting the vehicle over there. In this next round, I'll have whoever's driving give me a drive auto to see how well you're able to whip around the corners and whatnot. But everybody else, go ahead and give me another dex roll as we continue our chase sequence here.
I love this.
Oh, what the fuck?
Holy shit!
Oh.
What'd you roll?
Oh, I almost got midstream. That's a hard. I got 14 from a 12.
Wait, is this a 3 or a signal?
Oh, you're 2 away. Wow.
So that's hard for me.
I got a hard too, 18.
Okay,
I
perfect.
failed.
Okay, Archibald, you're able to keep kind of moving forward. Once again,
Move one
it's not
zone,
necessarily
basically.
that. It's more or less that like you start moving down the hall, the alleyway.
Can you trip over a trash can?
I was actually going to
run
say
into it?
there is a trash can that Carmilla knocked over to grab the trash can lid that she threw at the cultist, and it trips you up a little
shit,
bit.
yeah.
You don't fall down, but like it slows you down enough that you're not making the same headway that the other two are.
Yeah,
the
that kind of like
cultist-
when you trip over like a vacuum cord or something, and you kind of stumble a little bit.
basically. The cultist manages to land on the other side of the fence, but it looks like he didn't anticipate the jump off of this high fence, and he kind of staggers a little bit on the far side of the fence. Carmilla, you're able to make it up to the fence, and it's kind of figuring out what way you want to go to get over. You can see through the hole that the cultist is just on the other side, so depending on how well you handle this fence on this next sort of turn, you might be able to get right next up to him. Bentley, you're able to get you maintain sort of the distance between you and Carmilla. So I think you're only one zone back is the way I described it from her. So there's potential of maybe working together coming up in this next round. But otherwise it looks like the other thing you can kind of pick up on Carmilla as you're looking out is as soon as you get past this fence, the alleyway is pretty much clear. So you know that the cultist is going to have a pretty much clear shot of running because there's nothing to impede him, at least until he gets out of the alleyway.
And
Get ready. And as I'm coming up, I'm preparing to hold my hands down as I pull my hat down tight. Getting ready to just like push her up over the fence.
Hell yeah.
she nods as she just puts in her full sprint and then just does one big leap. And as her dominant foot lands on your hand, she springs herself over in an attempt to tackle the
Hell
other
yeah.
person.
Strength is my second highest stat at 75.
Okay. So for
Oh,
this
Let's
yeah.
go.
Bentley, what I want you to do instead of a dex roll is I want you to give me a strength check. Carmilla, make your dex at advantage. So when you roll your tens place, take the lower of the two. Archibald,
Oh, nice.
You'll just roll a straight roll for the moment.
Another dex roll, right?
Yep.
Okay, that is a regular.
Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. That's a fail at a
Please
95.
tell me.
Oh shit.
You have the advantage roll, remember?
Oh.
No, that was just Carmilla.
Carmilla.
Just from
Never mind. Yeah, so
You know, I'm happy. We Gucci.
Yeah, no, and I'm not upset because this is on par for Archibald.
Damn.
Okay.
What would you roll?
I got it. Oh, I got a fucking 6 with that secondary roll.
Hell yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. That'd be 660 then.
No. So, okay, am I rolling the right dice? So I'm rolling a D100, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And
Okay,
the 10
so-
spot is what you're rolling at advantage.
So-
Twice.
Oh,
So the
no,
lower
because
of-
my first roll was a 15.
Okay.
So then you
Well, then yeah.
You,
so,
you,
yeah,
want, you want the lower of the two. So if you rolled a 6 on the second one, that's a 60, which
Yeah.
is worse. So you want to take the 15.
Yeah, it's like golf.
Oh. Yeah, then the 15.
No, 15's still great.
Yeah, no,
Is that-
that's more than
I was
Is
good.
gonna
that
say,
hard
that's good
or
shit.
extreme?
Hard.
Okay.
Nice.
yeah, Bentley
Like,
is
mama
just
like that.
like gonna slide like with like head down with hands propped up, slams
Hell yeah.
against the fence and just tosses Carmilla up over the fence.
Cool.
Which is
you-
Like
effective.
Dwayne, she like Dwayne Johnson. No, she's like Stone Cold Steve doing the spear over.
Hell yeah.
You're able to come down on the other side, but the cultist has gotten a good start on his run. You are within range of him, so we'd say you're within like 20 yards of him. So basically
Is
the
that-
same zone. You're just
Oh,
not able to
okay.
connect with him at this particular moment because he was
Hell
able
yeah.
to get a success on his. Archibald, you're under your breath. You're like silently cursing Carmilla, this fucking trash can, because when she knocked it over, it like spilled like you could tell someone had like put like carcass like meat, so like it's all fucking
Oh,
slimy
God.
across the alleyway now.
It's like gelatin.
So like you're like trying to like get it off of your boots as you're like moving forward. So like you're still making progress, but like you just watch this cool ass thing at the fence of like Bentley throwing Carmilla over it, and like you're just like, yeah,
and
you
you're trying
guys
to
got
shit
it.
off your shoe.
Oh.
Okay, my folks in the car, whoever is driving, give me a drive auto.
Well, I forcibly said that Violet was, but if you don't want to drive Violet, we can change.
You
that.
guys could have changed who was
Well,
driving when
I-
she whipped around for Dr. Savage, but
That's true. That's true.
Oh, I
My-
don't mind.
My drive is 35, so I could try, but I don't. I wanted to ride passenger, so.
You might have better luck. Mine's 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not driving. I'm like saddling the
you both
Well,
are
kinda
rich.
over top the
Okay.
seats.
You
He's
both are
settling
rich
the
and are
gear
used to
ship.
someone
But-
else driving you.
But she has a chauffeur, so it made sense. So right as we picked up Dr. Savage, I look over at Violet. I'm like, get over. And we kind of do the little boot scoot and boogie. And I just like fucking floor it, and I start kind of like doing a little tail fin sort of thing as I'm going down the street. All right, here we go. I have to roll 35. Here we go. Here we go. Come on.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Here
All
we go.
good energy. All good energy.
Uh,
No, that's a good it's a good
that's a 90.
Fuck.
Gillis, you're not used to driving aggressively in general, and trying to
Yeah,
drive aggressively
I'm like the guy
in
who drives
middle
5
of the day
miles
with
a-
all this
yeah.
traffic is not going well. There's a few people that have like, I'm walking here, and like flipping you off because like you're like bouncing over the sidewalk a little
Sorry.
bit and everything.
Look out, everyone! Move out of the way!
Based off of the way the chase is going, there's still a good chance you guys are going to get over to the factory before this individual gets there, but it's clear that you're not having the best of luck, at least on the main road right now. You're coming up on the
Okay.
turn to kind of like get over towards this factory, but it's not going smoothly at the moment.
Guys, I need help! Where the fuck am I going? And as I turn down a block.
Okay, my chasers, give me another dex roll.
Alright, let's see it, let's see it.
Yeah, let's see if I can hit 100 this time.
Okay, I barely got a regular.
Nice.
I got.
I have a
Okay.
regular success at 35.
Perfect.
I shit you not. I got another hard. It's a 13.
Nice. As you guys are coming out to the exit to the alleyway here, you can see that there is the factory that I was kind of talking about. and it's clear that they're intent on getting to the factory. But Carmilla, you're able to close the distance on them. We'll kind of circle back to how that plays out here in a minute. Bentley, you said you got what, a regular success? It takes basically your whole sort of turn here to kind of like get through the fence. I don't know if Bentley was preferring to go over it or to crawl through the gap here.
I take him as an under the fence type of guy.
Bentley is more focused on strength, has a pretty good dex, but I think after tossing Carmilla over, thinks it's going to be faster crawling under. So he takes his hat off and just starts shimmying under.
Yeah, and you're able to get to the other side of the fence, and as you're kind of like standing back up, you can see that Carmilla is like got her hands on the cultists. We'll play out how that goes here in a minute. Archibald, you have finally made it past the remains of this fucking trash can. So you're about to the point to the fence, so like you can see through some of the cracks in the fence that you can still see the other two investigators. So you know that you haven't lost sight of what's going on, but you're still a little bit behind. And at this point, we're gonna take a quick break so I can go pick up Artemis, and then we'll pick up from there. Okay, as we get back into the thick of it here, we're going to sort of change into combat, which isn't much different as far as Call of Cthulhu is concerned. Just keep that in mind as we're going, so we won't be kind of like moving through zones. So the folks that aren't directly involved with this cultist at the moment, if you're within range with like a ranged weapon and you're wanting to use it, you can. Yeah.
DM, can Archibald do something real quick?
Maybe. I was just trying to make sure everybody was on the same page on how we were proceeding, so that we knew what
No,
things were
you're
kind
good.
of within our wheelhouse.
You're good. I just kind of wanted to let you know that there is something that Archibald would like to bring to the table.
Okay. But as far as like you're concerned, Carmella, we're going to transition into combat, which means when you go to do actions, it's going to be competing roles. But specifically, like if you tried to, I don't know, punch the dude in the head, he will have the chance to dodge to avoid it from happening, sort of thing. So that's kind of where we're at now. Is it's not guaranteed just because you're in the same zone and like caught up to him that you have captured him. We still have to play through that back end.
Sure. Yeah, we got a wrestle.
Okay, Archibald, we'll close out your thing real quick, and then we'll get over to the drivers to see where Gillis has ended up at this point.
Okay.
The whole goal is to just maybe stop at the other end of the said alleyway. You know.
The only thing that Archibald wants to do is to see if he can recall firearm laws at this current time and what they do.
You are a detective.
And
Okay.
and revolving around being a private investigator.
Give me what is it? The education.
There's one for law.
Yeah, you could do law or education, whichever you prefer.
Oh, my education's higher.
Is it?
It is. It 100% is.
Oh.
Yeah, because the default for law is only like 5%. So
That's a hard success at 26.
perfect. So going with education, you're going to know the general principles. If you'd gone law, it would have been like knowing the actual like regulations themselves and like what type of offenses tied to it. More or less, Archibald, as your private investigator background would kind of allude to, is you know that in broad daylight, carrying a firearm is usually frowned upon unless you're law enforcement. You guys are in New York City, so it's not uncommon to see firearms, but this is kind of the mafia days. So like most of the people that are wielding firearms that are not law enforcement are usually criminals. So making it apparent that you have a firearm isn't usually considered a great thing. And the one benefit you have going for you guys right now is you're pretty far down this alleyway that's leading to more or less an abandoned factory. So witnesses would be minimal, and you can anticipate that you guys would probably have a decent buffer between you and law enforcement between firing one but there's not a whole lot of places for them to think you would have gone outside of where you're actually going. So firing one, they would know that you're probably going to the factory that's down this way.
I have a good idea, yeah.
So you'd probably have maybe 15, 20 minutes from firing a firearm before someone's on site.
Can I interject with something?
Uh-huh.
So, federal firearm regulations didn't exist until 1930, and it was perfectly legal for private investigators to carry weapons and use them in self-defense situations.
Yeah,
Well,
you just have to justify that it's self-defense when you're actively the one chasing.
No, they were allowed to use them in pursuits as well to stop a suspect.
Hey, well, the DM, he already told you what's happening.
I'm just trying to interject. Like,
What we'll do, we gotta cover it up. We'll shoot him dead, and then we'll put a
once
knife
again,
in his
I'm not
hand,
saying that you
and
would
we'll be
go to
like, he
jail.
was armed.
Right. Technically, he's just saying you have about 15,
The law
20 minutes
enforcement would be
before.
involved after firing one. Whether or not you go to
Regardless.
jail is a different story, but then you have to
Sure.
start explaining things to the police.
Oh, which
Okay,
is not,
okay.
we don't want.
With
Well,
I'll
maybe.
shut the fuck up.
so, we'll burn that bridge when we get there, Archibald. Okay.
Nerd.
Gillis, give me that drive auto roll.
What's that? Drive roll?
I was gonna say you were
sorry.
giving me the blank stare, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I said that directly. Give me a drive auto.
Yes.
We finally got to him.
Oh, fuck me in the ass. That's gonna be, I just peeked into a extreme success or whatever. I rolled a 5, needed a 6.
Oh, nice. Archibald basically, or not Archibald, Gillis, you basically go into like Vin Diesel, Fast and Furious mode and like switch the gears. Like you've driven this vehicle your entire life, and you're able to like kick it sideways down this side alley because Violet and Dr. Savage, while they
That's
know,
what they with their, they're like,
they're directing you, and sometimes it's like, oh shit, that one, and you're like, oh fuck, like, but you're able to whip it, and you guys come up to
Hold the
the
e-brake.
front of this factory with a padlock on the front door. You can see it's kind of like a like a T with this alleyway. So the alleyway that they were running down comes to a T beside the building. So you can see there's a
beyond the
little bit of a
fence?
gap wide enough for a vehicle so that they could go around to the back of the factory. And there's
Okay.
like a telephone pole pretty close to the side of the building that if you guys would like, give me a spot hidden. This goes for the 3 in the vehicle.
is it easily traversable, or is it like I have to really take my time to maneuver through the fence?
It's wide enough for a vehicle comfortably, but like turning around isn't really feasible once you
Sure.
start going down that way.
Okay.
You would have to get to the back of the factory to be able to turn around.
Okay. What did you
Spot
Yo, what's
hidden.
the roll?
spot
Okay.
hidden?
Damn.
Spot hidden.
I don't
Oh,
see
not too
shit.
bad.
I rolled a 95 and it's
Oh,
a
nice.
40 for even.
I got a regular
So
success.
technically a crit fail for Dr. Savage. What'd you get?
Regular success
Okay.
for me.
I also failed with an 86.
Okay, yours is not a crit fail, but just a regular fail. Dr. Savage, the jerking, you're used to being at the wheel and having this old man
Yeah.
whip this thing like he has been.
Like,
While
it's not
effective,
a bus of a car.
you're feeling just a smidge queasy, which is unusual for you because like the things you've seen in life and experienced, normally you don't get this, but like just you've got a little bit of motion sickness going on.
Oh yeah.
Gillis, what you would notice is the telephone pole that's sort of aligned with the factory here. It seems like it's close enough for like someone to kind of like move up, and you can tell that it seems to be well worn, like it has been used frequently. And as you kind of follow it up, there's an open window on the second floor of this factory.
Is that worth it? What? We're.
So based off
I'll
of this,
point out-
it looks like the cultist was running towards this sort of telephone pole to make his way into the
Oh,
factory.
I understand. Okay, I see.
It's like, I get it now.
Because the front door has a padlock on it.
So what I'll do is, like, as I'm driving past the fence, I'll see the telephone pole, but I won't make that connection until I've passed it. So I'm gonna, like, just slam on the brakes and sort of come to a sliding stop. And I'm like, I think up there. And I'll point up to the window to reveal that it is opened.
Okay, circling back over to my chasers, we'll start off with Carmilla, and then we'll kind of work through the folks that are getting caught up afterwards. So Carmilla, what are you wanting to do?
I'm looking to like basically grab his back, and then just like as he's running, steer him with his momentum and just slam him into the side of a dumpster.
Hell yeah.
Okay, the alleyway is vacant on this side, so like you could slam him into the wall. There's not like an actual dumpster or anything to throw him into at the moment.
That's fine. I'll grab him and I'll just like use my body weight to like stop on my heels and twist, and then just like do almost like an Olympian turn and just throw him into the fucking wall with the.
Give me a wall fighting roll.
Hell
Oh my God! Okay, that's
Roll.
actually pretty good. Hold up, wait, let me see. My brawl, really? I just have to roll below a 90.
Well, it's a competing roll, right? So like it's not just you succeed. He still has a chance to dodge.
Right.
Oh my fucking gods, guys! It's just today can't get any better. That's a 1.
You should be rolling 2 dice.
This is my 100. No.
No, that's a 20, my dog.
That's a D20.
That's a 20, my dog.
Oh God! I was
Your ones, your
you need
your
two-
ones,
you
and
need
your
two
your
tens.
your tens.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
My dumbass. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say that means you couldn't have been
I didn't
rolling
know we
lower
were
than a
using a
20 the
D20.
entire time.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
No wonder why
Well,
you've been killing it.
Be like, damn, I'm on a
you're
tape
right.
tonight.
They should be the same shape, but yeah.
There should
they
be
should
one
be
that
the
has
same shape.
2 digits, one that only has 1 digit.
Well, as 1 digit, yeah.
Just remember, kids, don't correct the dude rolling the dice at the casino though. Let him do that.
I got a 3 and a 50. Is that 53 or 35?
That's
Yeah, that's
53.
No, it's 53.
Yeah, that's
53.
Okay,
Okay,
regular success.
so mine's a 90. So
So Oh yeah.
The cultist also got a
sorry
regular
about that.
success, and the tie goes to the dodger. So as you go to like grab his waist and kind of like fling him into the wall, he kind of like he glances over his shoulder and sort of stumbles forward, but like ducking. So he's able to kind of like roll forward a little bit as he continues running. He at the moment isn't looking to engage, and he hasn't noticed the car up impeding his path yet. Bently and Archibald, what are you guys doing? Bently, we had described you had just got to the other side of the fence. Archibald, you are basically at the fence.
Approaching the fence, yeah.
More or less, look at your guys' move score. If you take the full, like you're just running the entire time, that's more or less how much distance you're going to be able to travel.
Where's
Move
the
is down in
move
the
score at?
bottom corner. That's how many
Oh.
yards you can move in a round, essentially.
I can only move 5 yards, bro.
Okay,
You
so
only
I
moved
have
8.
I have 8.
So you guys could effectively get about 16 yards closer to where Carmilla and this cultist are at this point.
How far away is that relative to them?
You guys are about Bentley. I would say you're about 20 to 30 yards behind Carmilla, since you had helped her across. Archibald, you're only about 40 yards, but you have the fence between you.
Right.
So I would say, Archibald, you could comfortably get onto the other side of the fence at this point. Bentley, you would be within spitting distance of Carmilla with moving your full movement.
All right. So, Okay, I'm going to. I'll run up the 16, and then I'll just stop in place and pull my hat up just enough so you can see my eyes poking out. I'm gonna pull out my revolver and cock the hammer.
Perfect. That is important. So for future reference, with weapons in Call of Cthulhu, there is a difference on how quickly you can fire depending on whether or not you prime the weapon. So having primed the weapon, you won't have to get it set to fire off next time, which means you can move as well as fire.
Can you can you repeat that? My whole thing froze as you were explaining that. I'm sorry.
Just basically, if you guys are using firearms in combat, there's a difference between priming the weapon and trying to fire at the same time. So basically, if you didn't already have the gun pointed and cocked, ready to fire,
cocked and loaded,
you have to consume your movement to fire the weapon because you have to get it ready to fire and then fire. Whereas, Bentley just made a point of cocking the weapon to end his turn so that he doesn't have to do that if he fires next round.
Fair. Reasonable.
Okay, for the folks in my car, you guys have now stopped just outside of the factory, specifically near this telephone pole, which is more or less at the T of this alleyway. So as you guys look down the alleyway, you can start to see, or not start, you can basically see full on what's going on with Carmilla and the cultist. What would you guys like to do?
Is there a ladder or fire escape leading up to this open window that's been pointed out?
No.
It's just the telephone pole, I think.
Just the telephone pole. As you guys are now close enough that I don't need another spot hidden. What Gilus was keying in on is you can kind of see scuffing on the telephone pole, kind of tick-tack back and forth between the wall of the factory and the telephone pole, leading up to an open window on the second floor.
Okay. Well, Dr. Savage is going to try to climb up there.
Okay. Give me, I think there is a climb. And this one is just how quickly you're going up. It's not a fail on here. The telephone pole is basically a little bit more than shoulder.
Ooh.
It's easy to kind of use it as a tool kind of climbing.
Sure. That's a 13. My climb's a 20%, so that's just success.
Regular success. So I would say at this point, you're third of the way up the telephone pole towards a second story window. As we're moving into our next round here. Gilus or Violet, are you guys doing anything?
You can go first, Violet.
I think Violet's gonna kind of just stay in the car for right now, since she still does have the sarcophagus, and just kind of keep it safe in the car with her.
Keep it secret, keep it safe, right?
Yep.
Yes. Conceal, don't feel. For Gilus,
Okay.
let's see here. He's definitely not going down the alleyway, and he's definitely not climbing up like Dr. Savage is. Violet still wanting to stay in the car. He will also get back into the driver's seat and get the car in a position where it's still obstructing the alleyway, but I can, if need be, make a hasty escape and not have to be in a situation where I have to make a 3-point turn, if you know what I'm saying.
Gotcha. So basically, you're already doing the 3-point turn so that you're ready to go.
Yes, ready to go. With that being said, if you would allow it, I want to I just want to be on the lookout. Whether there's not even just for threats, I just want to see if there's any people coming our direction. What? Yeah.
Okay. Give me a education roll for no.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's that was almost a hard regular success.
Regular success. At the moment, you're not really seeing anybody coming up. The reason why I had you roll no, though, is based off of the interrogation you guys had with the cultists just a couple days ago. You key in on the fact that they specifically said there's multiple teams of like 3 or 4 cultists within New York. So you are fairly confident that there is more than just this one cultist. And if he's adamant on getting to the factory, you feel like this might be where the other cultists of his group are.
Okay. Fuck. Savage, be careful. There might be fucking. There might be in the factory. I can't really get it out into words.
Okay, for my other 3, at this point, the cultist in front of you has realized the car is sort of impeding his path, and he starts yelling out in a language you can't understand.
Is he speaking Mew or whatever?
Based off of the interrogation, you are fairly confident that is indeed the language he's yelling out in.
He's like, oh, I called it. Oh.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Well, Carmela's trying to grab that motherfucker.
Go ahead, give me another fight.
So-
I pin him down.
Yeah. I got these dice. Oh, that is 11.
Which
Very
is,
nice.
For you, which one is
That
it?
is a good extreme success because my extreme is 18.
Okay. He got a hard, so you're able to get him down,
Nice.
pinned down on the ground with that maneuver.
Hell yeah. Put him in a fucking full Nelson, dude. That
Yeah,
move's illegal in
well,
wrestling.
Go ahead and roll
What
up.
she does. Again?
Go ahead and roll me your 1d3 damage. It's 1d3 plus your damage bonus.
Oh.
So you roll a
What
d6
she-
and take the half of it.
Okay. Oh wait, D6. Okay. That's a 5, so
That's
It'll be
would it be a 3 or
damage.
2?
That'll be 3 damage plus
Okay.
your damage bonus.
Oh, let me see. Here, hold up. 3 plus 1 damage. It's 1d3 plus a db. What's that mean?
Yeah, that's damage bonus. Down in the right-hand corner, you should have a box that says what your damage
Yeah.
bonus is.
It's like below
Okay.
build dodge.
Oh, it says 0, so I guess.
So it's just he'll take 3.
Yeah,
which,
she. Oh, go ahead.
Which, since you guys are regular people, that's a pretty sizable. You can see that it kind of like knocked his head to the ground with this tackle.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah,
His head
what
right
she
on the
does-
concrete.
Yeah, what she
Right.
does is basically when his leg goes up to run, she grabs his leg and then just pulls his leg back, goes forward, grabs his shirt, and just pushes him all the way down.
Okay.
Motherfucker,
yeah.
knock the fuck out.
Okay, Archibald and Bentley, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna close the distance because I know I was able to get pretty close on the last round. I'm gonna aim my revolver, just standing a couple feet back towards his head. You best hold still before I use your entrails as target practice.
Oh shit.
Okay, Archibald.
Archibald's gonna pull his handgun out of his revolver out of his pocket and cock the hammer and try to close the gap between him and Gillis.
I would say you're probably about this.
Or not Gillis, but
Bentley.
Bentley.
I would say you're about the distance away that Bentley was last turn, so you should easily be able to close it here this next round. Circling back to the folks in the vehicle, Violet, Gillis, any movement from you guys? Or are you still chilling in the car?
Yeah, I just have to be in a state of readiness.
Yeah,
Just
Violet's
be
gonna
vigilant.
stay-
Okay. Dr. Savage, are you still climbing up?
Savage.
The guy that was running up's been subdued. He's probably just gonna keep going up the telephone pole.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a climb roll.
Okay.
What is your climb?
Just the normal.
Oh,
Which I think is it still like a 30 is what you start with?
20, I think.
20. Ooh, 7. So that's a hard success.
No way, dude.
Since we said you
Hell
were about
yeah.
a third of the way, you're at the point where like you have crossed over to the window and kind of like started to get into the factory itself.
He doesn't want to get in
Okay.
the window. He wants to look in, like, peeping Tom. He'll grab onto the ledge and look over it.
Okay.
Just peer in.
Okay. go
Yeah,
ahead
he
and
wants
give
to
me-
scope it out first.
Perfect. Go ahead and give me a. I think spot hidden is the one that makes sense for where I'm going because there's not a perception or a look. So we'll go with spot hidden.
Okay. Spot hidden. I got a 40 on that. So
You
let's
could
see
use
what-
education potentially, like your knowledge of like how.
He doesn't know the location. So knowledge is specifically on stuff like your ability to recall something you've learned.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense for just spot hidden. Alright, come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Ooh, 17. So that's a hard success.
Nice.
As you start looking in, you could tell this is like the second floor of a steel factory. So it's like the metal grated floor or whatever. It is
Yeah.
dark inside. There's no lights on, which once again is checking out with what you know of the area, and this being more or less a condemned building that's supposed to be scheduled for being demolished. The windows are kind of like dusty on the inside, so you can't really see through except for this window that's already open. As of right now, you can't make eye contact on anything in here except for more or less the walkway leading from where the window's at. So it's kind of like one of those T-junctions where like it looks like it came up to where the window was and then split to kind of go around the perimeter. So it looks like they had like one walkway down the center of the building and then like a square section here. You
Are we
don't
talking
know
about
if
like a walkway that's up in the air kind of
Yeah.
walkway?
Like the rafters
Yeah.
and the factory floor below, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
The bit that you can
Okay.
tell is it looks like all the machinery's been removed, so there's none of the big machines on the ground floor from where you can tell, which once again checks out because you know that this was a steel factory that got upgraded and basically got a bigger building outside of town, and all the stuff was moved out that way, which is
Okay.
why it's getting refurbished.
Yeah. Dr. Savage will pull himself in there.
Okay.
Ooh.
See if he can't find a door to like let
Yeah.
the rest of the gang in, and if he can.
Okay, go ahead and give me a dodge roll.
Oh, a dodge roll! Oh no, I hit dodge roll!
You about to find out why.
Yeah, I'm about to find out why. Oh, that's a 71. I ain't dodging shit.
You're going to take.
Oh no. Did you
Baseball
step into
bat
a bear
to the
trap or some shit?
No.
You get hit with a baseball bat? Yeah, to the back of the head. by four?
Yeah.
Lead pipe.
in the
Candlestick?
in the kitchen with a lead pipe. Colonel Mustard.
Yes. Oh, Dre froze for me for some reason.
Now see here, I do declare.
I gotta get a snippet of that.
She
You're only
looks
going to
so
take one
fucking
damage
high.
from it, but as you
Okay.
step into the window, from the side of the window, basically, there was no way you were ever going to see it looking in. There was a cultist, and he swings down with a club on the back of your head, basically
Oof.
knocking you to your knee as you're kind of like coming in.
Oh.
As
Damn,
you're kind of
okay.
like in your dazed state, you look kind of both ways trying to figure out what the fuck hit you. You realize there was one cultist on either side, so you're
Oh,
currently
shit.
outnumbered on the second floor of this warehouse.
Did we see
Okay.
that happen, or is it fair to say that it was out of view?
Unless Dr. Savage says different, I would imagine he would have made a noise once he got hit over the back of the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
head.
Yeah, you would
You
have
didn't
heard like a
see it,
son of a
but-
bitch.
Okay. I'll just like look at Violet, look up at the window, look back at Violet.
Violet's
Okay.
gonna get out of the car at this point.
Oh, no shit? Okay.
Are you getting out with the sarcophagus, or are you leaving the sarcophagus in the car?
Not
as you did out, I'm like, as you did out, I'm like, give that to me. Don't. It stays in the car.
Gillis, are you staying in the car then?
Keep it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we'll keep
Okay.
it.
All right.
Ugh,
I'd just say
yeah,
be
Why
please
you
keep it.
Fuck.
I told you tonight was going to be spicy. Okay.
Oh my lord.
At this point, I think we're going to kind of just work around in Discord order because pretty much everybody is engaged at this moment. And normally we would go in like order of decks for each round, but I think it's just more efficient to kind of go this way. So Archibald, you were basically within range of being able to catch up with Carmilla and Bentley. I assume you're closing that distance at this point?
Yeah, he's gonna close in that distance. Can I get up next to Bentley to kind of like give him some backup?
Oh yeah. It would be pretty easy to get caught up at this point. There's no movement from the cultist. He's pinned down at the moment. Okay, Bentley, you keep in your position of kind of just targeting the back of this dude's head.
Brother.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Are you keeping your position of kind of targeting the back of this dude's head for the moment?
I think so. I don't think it would be reasonable for Bentley to have known what's going on with Dr. Savage.
You guys would have heard a little bit of a grunt as he like went into the window, but as far as like what that means, especially for you, Bentley, you haven't interacted with Dr. Savage enough to know if that's like him just making a noise of like, oh yeah, I'm the big tough guy, like getting into the window, or if it's like he actually got hit with something.
Okay, so, Carmilla, go. I've got this covered.
Okay, that will bring us to Carmilla. What are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to stay on the cultist that you pinned down, or are you wanting to go catch up with what's going on with Dr. Savage?
Can I add an amendment to my thing? I'm gonna shoot if the motherfucker moves.
Okay, so we'll more or less say you're holding your action to
Yep.
shoot. We'll come back
Are
to
you there,
Carmilla
Trey?
here in a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gillis. What do you got going on? You staying in the car, or are you
All right, so-
compelled?
Fuck. Well, so Violet, you decided to still hang on to the sarcophagus, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I'm going to leave the car running, but I'll get out of the car because there's no fighting chance in hell that I'll ever be able to defend myself in any sort of situation. And even though we're both just as likely to die, maybe the odds of surviving are a little greater. So I will stick with Violet. I don't know. Are you planning on going up the telephone pole though?
Potentially.
Okay. Well, I definitely am not going to climb, but maybe I'll do this. I'll go to the base of the factory and just yell out, "Savage! Are you okay?"
Okay. Violet, what are you doing? You gonna try and climb?
I'm gonna try to climb so I can see what happened to Savage.
Okay.
Dude.
What are you doing with the sarcophagus?
I will hand it to Gillis.
Well,
Okay.
I guess you're going to have to if you're
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
climb,
you're
right?
either gonna roll this at disadvantage on your climb, or you're gonna have to hand it off, or describe how you're doing this with a baby-sized sarcophagus in your arm. Okay, so Gillis
Yeah,
now
it's
has the
Gillis, the
sarcophagus.
Gillis, guard this with your life.
Oh, all right. And I will like bravely take the sarcophagus as I kind of just like look like kind of like pale, looking down at it.
Okay, go ahead and give me a climb roll, Violet.
I would have failed it. I rolled a 25 and 20 is for a
Okay.
success.
Oh,
You start making your way up. It's a little bit tougher. You realize that there was some benefit for Dr. Savage's height of being able to kind of like use the wall of the factory to kind of like assist, and your legs aren't quite long enough to get the same benefit that he was, so you're having to try a little bit harder to make this. So we're saying you're going about making about as half as much distance each time as he was. So like a sixth of the way up at this point. Carmilla, are you back?
Can you hear?
yes,
Coming in
but
very-
Can you hear me?
yes.
Oh,
Storms are hitting Texas hard, aren't they? Hello. Can I get a yeehaw?
South of rise again, motherfucker.
The South will rise again, I tell you what.
Okay, Dr. Savage, you have been struck on the back of the head. The cultists are, both of them are attempting to make another strike on you. You will need to roll a dodge or
Okay.
potentially take a strike.
Hey, he dodges.
Half of dex, whatever that means.
I do a normal dodge. It's a 33.
One of them rolled a regular, so you'll be able to dodge that strike. The other one rolled a hard success. So you'll take
Oh,
another-
fuck. How many hit points do you have?
Well,
Okay.
It's the only downside with my like spinny dice my wife got me is if I get too good of a spin on it, it takes a little while.
It takes too long. Yeah, I noticed that when I tested it the other night.
It's like,
I'm like, oh, shit,
they're
that
like,
was
that's
good,
neat. This
dude.
shit keeps going. It's like, and then you're like, oh shit. Okay, so you'll take 2 plus.
9.
The damage bonus isn't that high.
Jesus Christ. I hope it's not that fucking much.
So you'll
Only
take
got
you'll
a max
take
of
3,
12.
3 more
Ooh.
damage.
Yikes.
Yeah. Looking
Oh,
pretty
boy.
beat up here.
Is there anything you're wanting to do?
Well, I gotta fight back for sure.
Oh, sorry. If you would like to amend to do a fight back versus a dodge, go ahead and do that. You'll roll your brawl skill versus theirs.
Oh yeah, I want to fight back for sure. I'm not gonna just keep dodging here. Okay, so I just roll for brawl.
Yeah. And if you end up doing better with this, we'll retroactively say that the 3 didn't hit, but
Oh, okay, cool.
Where is brawl?
it should
Should
be
be-
fighting. Or, yeah, fighting brawl is where it's at on your sheet. It should also
Oh,
be at the
okay, I
bottom, I
see
think,
it.
in combat, if depending on. how you're
Oh,
feeling.
okay, I see. Oh, okay, and that's how much damage. Okay. Oh, fuck yeah, that's a 3 right there.
What is
So
that?
that's an extreme
Nice.
success.
Okay, go ahead. and-
Nice.
So instead of you taking 3 damage, you're able to kind of like force back one of the cultists as you kind of like deck him in the face.
Push him out the
Go
window.
ahead and roll me your damage on.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cultist.
he's got. So, Dr. Savage, if you didn't know, he's a southpaw boxer. So, he does like the little boxer roll underneath the first strike. You know, where they like do the roll or like go under the rope kind of technique. He like goes underneath the first one as his left, he just does a left upper hook into the guy's chin.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I gotta roll a 1d3.
Yeah, so just roll.
Just
a
roll a
D6
D6.
and then take half of it. So basically, 1, 2 will be 1.
Okay, I was
2,
like,
3 will
oh,
be
dude,
2.
does a D3 exist? Hold on, let me pull up another.
They do exist though. It's like a cylindrical die.
Yeah, they're
I'm back
neat
for now.
looking.
Oh, we can hear you. Great.
Oh, huzzah.
Okay, so I rolled a 4, so 2, and then it says plus DB.
Yeah, and then that'll be in the bottom right corner if you have it.
Okay, plus 1d4.
Hell yeah.
So that'd be 4 damage.
Oh, nice, dude. You fucking knocked his jaw out.
How much did you say, sir?
All right. 4.
4. Nice. Oh, do you have a damage bonus? Nice.
Yeah, 1d4.
All right.
What
Yeah,
gives
he was a
you damage
combat.
bonus?
He was a combat medic, so he
Yeah.
was he threw hands sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Keep your hands.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Keep his
I
hands
meant. He's a
clean,
true southpaw.
And part of the reason why the other cultists miss is just because of like how rapidly you had risen and pushed back the other one. So when they went to swing with their club, it just misses. You do get a feeling that while you're actively engaging these two here, that there might be more inside the factory than just these two. That will bring us to
Okay.
Carmilla. So Bentley had given a command, not a command, he had given a call to action that you should go see what's going on with Dr. Savage, and that he has this cultist, as he's got the gun basically planted on this dude's head. Are you
Okay.
going to see what's going on with Dr. Savage, or are you going to stick here and try and finish off this cultist before doing anything else?
What she'll do is give one fantastic hook punch because he's on his stomach, right? She's got her forearm on the back of his neck, and her right arm, she has a cock back, and she just goes straight for a rib shot.
Oh,
Trying to-
yeah, right in the spleen.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Or the
your
liver.
roll with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
So roll the tens, the double digit, or no, the single digit once.
Okay.
No, the double. You want the 10.
Oh, the double. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, okay.
Opposite way around.
And then okay. What one?
So you're gonna roll the tens
roll
place
again?
twice.
So the one that has a 0 and then a number, roll that one twice and take the lowest. And then roll the single one once.
I got a 41. Where's my? That's a 41. That's a hard success.
Nice.
Yeah, you're able to connect solid with the ribs. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
And then,
So you roll a d6,
oh, fantastic.
and then you'll just have it, yeah, for the damage.
That'll be 2 damage.
Nice.
It's clear that this individual is not doing super hot.
And then, she
Oh, there we go.
and go. That's fucking off to their place.
Um,
I couldn't have said
I
it
was-
better.
I was gonna say I missed all of that,
yeah, you're trying to roboting just a little bit.
and by that he means a
Can you hear
lot.
me now?
There we go.
Yes, we get waves where it's like really clear, and then you'll start going.
If you want to describe it in the chat, yeah, perfect. Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna make your way over towards the telephone pole. Violet is currently climbing it. So the options you'll have are either to climb behind her, kind of at the Violet kind of dictating the pace, or you could attempt to try and get in the building another way. You for sure know from Gillis that there is a front door, because he could point out that direction. or potentially a back door if you want to go looking for it, but we'll hit that on the next round as we circle back to the top with Archibald.
Okay, are me and Bentley still holding this guy at gunpoint, or?
That is currently the state of affairs. Is Carmela's just decked this dude in the ribs, and he kind of spit up blood, so you can clearly see that like he's not incapacitated per se, but he's not doing super hot. The fight in him is still there, like he's actively trying to like move around, but you guys have kind of got him pinned down. I imagine between you and Bentley, you guys have put a knee into his back with your guns pointed at him, so he's still like squirming, but the amount of fight in him isn't nearly as much as when you guys started.
Nice.
Is this guy important?
You guys
Do we
don't
know?
as far as you guys have had conversation, he's spoken in another language and has ran away, and that's the extent of what you know about this individual. Aside from them clearly being a cultist with their complexion and the tribal tattoos that they're covered in.
Archibald's gonna look at Bentley and tell him, if you want to go help the others, I can hold this one here.
Can you climb?
If the occasion calls for it.
Fine.
Archibald's just gonna keep his gun on this guy and just kind of lean in and up to him and go, Archibald Whitley, private investigator, my badge.
Fuck yeah.
He'll respond, but you don't understand literally anything that he says.
Wow.
It's a language, like it reminds you of the interrogation as far as like the language itself, but like it goes over your head. Which will bring us to Bentley.
Okay, can you give me a description of what I'd be able to ascertain from this building? Because I realize that the team has been climbing up telephone poles to access it, but...
Yeah, as far as what you can see at the moment, the only people that are aware of the other entrances for sure were the people in the car, so Gilus, Violet, and Dr. Savage. And even then, they've only seen one other one. What you can see currently coming out of the alleyway is Gilus has positioned the car, which was a Model T, in front of the alleyway to kind of cut off the cultist that was running this way. And he's got it positioned to leave as the need happens. Although it's going to be a tight fit with how many of you there are if all of you are getting into this one vehicle, because it's only designed to sit like 4, maybe 5.
Maybe four even.
So being that this is a alleyway in New York, are there any like telescopic stairwells going up the side of the building?
There were some further back, closer to where that fence you jumped. As you get closer to this factory, there's not any, and you get the inclination that it's probably to avoid people from like getting onto the factory.
Doing exactly what I want to do.
Exactly. But once you come to this T, there's another alleyway between the like buildings that are right here and the factory itself. So there's a little bit of a gap between where this alleyway lets out, and I say a little bit, it's wide enough that the Model T can fit in between where you're coming out of and getting to the factory. So it would have been a jump, even if there would have been a fire escape for you to climb.
That's like 10 feet tops.
Yeah, 10
Okay.
feet horizontal
Well, then
for a regular
what
person.
What I would like to do then, if you can, if there's a gap between the backside there where it tees off, could that potentially be assumed that there's like a loading dock or something on the other side?
Maybe. It looks like how this building's position is the wall that's coming up to you guys is the side that was like for through traffic to get to the back side of the factory for said loading dock. You don't know for sure because you can't see it, but you assume where the rest of the investigators came from is like the entrance to the factory, and then this side of the building would have been the backside with like the loading dock, all that stuff. Where you're at is one of the sides that just basically, aside from this telephone pole and some like second story windows, there's nothing really showing you how to get in.
Okay, I'm gonna take my chances and I'm gonna go around back.
Okay. As you come around the back, obviously, and we're normally this amount of movement wouldn't happen, but we're kind of brevity. As you get around to the back, you can see that it hasn't been used in a while. There are those loading docks, and it's one of those kind of like garage doors. It would have been like hand lifted at this point in time.
Right.
All of them currently are padlocked with like chains. Not saying you couldn't get it. It's just going to require either blunt force or a lockpick skill. But that's about as far as Bentley will be able to get at this point, which will bring us to Gilus.
All right. Gilus kind of like does a couple of inhales through his nose, exhales out his mouth, to sort of like bring down the anxiety that's building in this moment, realizing that we need to help Savage, but worried that we might be getting into a situation we shouldn't be. So I'll yell out to Savage, "Savage! Violet's coming up! We probably should get out of here!" And I'll just like go back to the car. Yeah, go back to the car, and I'll put the sarcophagi under my legs, seated in the car.
Perfect.
Without realizing, like, he doesn't even know Dr. Savage is stuck inside the building.
He's like, "Savage, get the fuck out! Like, you're wasting our time."
Yeah, Savage, get the fuck out! The window with two cultist members blocking it.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, Gillis doesn't.
I know, it's just funny. He's like, everybody's telling him to get out as he's fighting. He's probably got like a vein pulsing down the side of his head.
Bloody
He's
nose.
Well, he's got
just
fucking
like,
blood dripping out of the back of his head from getting hit in
Right,
the back.
yeah. You know, I meant more in anger that
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, yeah, I'd leave this situation if I could.
Okay, Violet, are you continuing to climb up the telephone pole?
Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and keep trying to climb up the pole.
Hoof it.
Okay, go ahead and give me a climb roll.
That was even worse than the first one. That was a 63.
Oh no.
The first image that's coming to mind is like, what is it, fucking Mowgli in the Jungle Book as he's like trying to climb over the trees and he's like shimmying.
Oh yeah.
You're making progress, but it is incredibly slow. And as like Gillis is yelling up, you can start to hear some of like the rustling and like banging that's going up on this, because it's like the metal clattering as like they're banging into like the side of the railing and everything. So you know the situation is dire, but you're an author. You're not really built for this type of like physical stuff. Like, you pay people for this type of stuff.
When she realizes how bad she's doing, can she back down? Like,
Yes,
jump off back
if
to
you
the
would like to
ground?
slide down, we could say that could happen with no die roll required, which might free
Dude.
things up for Carmilla as we come to
She's
Carmilla's
gonna
turn.
slide down.
You gave it the good college try, dude.
You,
Like,
you,
I like
you
to
gave more
think
than
that, like,
Gillis did.
You're like having flashbacks into school where you had to like climb the rope in gym class and couldn't make it, you know?
Okay, Carmilla. We had said that you had made it over to basically the car, trying to kind of figure out what you wanted to do. Violet has slid back down the telephone pole, kind of like giving up on like the climb, just realizing she's not going to be able to get up there to help Dr. Savage in a timely manner. So that is an option. Bentley has gone to the back. You haven't heard from him on whether or not it's a feasible option. The front might be an option as well. If you talk with anybody, they would be able to tell you that there's a padlock on the front door, but there's a potential there. Which way are you wanting to go? No, it's a second story window, so like it's from ground level. You wouldn't be able to see much of what's going on. It's starting to get loud enough that even down here on the ground, you can start to hear some like scuffling and things. But as far as like how it's going, where anybody actually is inside the building, you can't make it out. You do not see that. That's either on the front or back. What I was saying is Gilles and Violet could tell you that when they drove up, they could see a padlock on the front door, but you would have to run around the building to the front to get to that.
I mean, you could go to potentially assist Savage if you wanted.
For the love of God!
She's just trying to figure out which is best for her, because if she doesn't have
Right.
a plate
Yeah.
to climb, she might be the same boat that Violet was.
Oh, I see. I just assumed the muscle have good climb.
Yeah.
It depends on if you put the.
Same.
Okay. What we'll say what you're able to do in this round is you're able to make it around the corner, and you can clearly see that the door is indeed padlocked. It's clear that you're either going to have to take this out with brute force, or you're going to have to pull off a lockpick. We'll tackle that on the next round. Dr. Savage, cultists are fighting you. What are you doing, good sir?
Fighting back.
Okay, you're fighting back. So both of them are going to try and club you. One's got a regular success. The other is also got just a regular success. You just need a regular success on yours in order to fight back.
Yeah, that's. I got a 24. I needed a 25.
Hell
so
yeah.
It's just barely regular.
Okay, just barely regular. Basically, with this one, since you guys tied, you won't be able to do any damage, but you're basically able to like
Okay.
position yourself so that the one that you've kind of like grappled with, you're continually sort of forcing back and using sort of like the movement of the one you're grappled with to kind of like cause the other one not to be able to land anything. So basically, like they're
Okay.
hitting like the side of the fucking railing instead of you. So at the moment, you're kind of at a standstill in a 2v1.
Okay.
Um,
Take it.
the feeling of there being someone else is getting really strong.
Oh boy.
Like you can clearly see that you're
You
outnumbered
can hear
here,
people?
and as you're forcing this one cultist back, you're starting to get the inclination that like moving deeper into the factory might not be in your favor.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do, or is that it for right now?
Is there what is it you would like to do, good sir?
Get the fuck out of here if I could.
Okay. Give me a you'll need a dodge roll to break out of the grapple and kind of move away from the cultists that are here.
Okay.
Okay.
I know you engaged the grapple, but this is basically to pull off a disengage.
Ooh, okay. 31. So I dodge normally.
Okay.
Nice.
At this point, you've been able to disengage with the one cultist and kind of like tuck under the other one. So now they're both on one side of you, with you closer to the window, but you weren't able to like get any distance between you at the moment, which
fine.
will bring us to Bentley.
Okay. Realizing I've wasted time here, I'm gonna start running back. While I look back, is there anything of note that is in the loading bay?
No, it's pretty much abandoned. Like I said, really the only thing you're keying in is like they're older padlocks. So like, if you were to try and force your way into the factory, you could probably take it with a gunshot. It's just whether or not you're willing to do that, and whether or not you're wanting to move into the factory. Like, everybody's wanting to help Dr. Savage, but like,
Yeah,
you don't know
I'm-
what's in here, so that's. And there's no indicators from the back here because it's basically no windows on the back. The only thing you can see are like there's like
There's
3
a couple
garage
of
doors.
bay doors.
Yeah.
Bentley took a gamble coming over here, trying to take the analytical approach here. He's gonna run back the way he came. Now, a question I have: Bentley has the photography skill,
Uh-huh.
but I don't have a camera in my inventory. I don't know how that even works in this game.
Usually it's a little bit more fluid. So like if you told me
Yeah.
you were carrying a camera, I would have just accepted it at face value. Like Gilus usually has one on his person. So that's a potential. I don't know where we're going with it yet. So you could potentially bring something up to Gillis and be able to take some photos if you are inclined.
I mean, what are the odds that you have a camera on you right now? I mean,
I'm gonna use a second round to run back to the car.
Okay. That's kind of the
No,
nature
no,
of the
no,
beast,
no,
right?
no,
Yeah.
no. I'm not throwing any shade. I made a gamble and it didn't pay off. That's cool.
I noticed in the rearview mirror that like Bentley's huffing it from the back, and I interpret that as, oh fuck, there's more danger back that way.
So like Gillis revs the fucking engine.
Bentley starts like swerving around the corner, holding a revolver in his hand, and somehow, some reason is missing his jacket. Is
He's
like
thinking
trying
of,
to
like,
run, holding his
Star
hat.
Wars when Han comes back down the hallway after.
Right.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
If it's quicker for you to get back to Archibald, he has his spy camera, if that's what you're after.
I was gonna get a picture of the cultist, but I don't have a camera on me.
Technically, Gillis is closer where Bentley was. But
Okay.
speaking of Gillis, what is Gillis doing at this point? Are we primed and ready in the car?
Dude, I hate to like effectively be doing nothing, but like it's important that someone's ready to drive the dead away vehicle. So I will remain hyper vigilant of the surroundings.
Manually roll up every single window.
Yeah, I mean, like, outside of like being in the car, I'm just gonna keep a lookout, just make sure like I don't see anybody approaching or anything like that. I don't know about the individual with golden eyes yet, so all I know is we're dealing with cultists. So, yeah, I'm just going to like, and in fact, maybe what I'll do is like maybe back the car up a little bit more, so it's like closer to the factory and a little bit more in the middle of the alleyway and the building, so it's,
Okay.
you know.
All right, Violet.
She's gonna have gotten back into the car with Gillis, realizing her
Perfect.
mistake.
Oh my god, thank Christ you're back. And you can see that like I am like in my steadfastness, I'm like white knuckling the steering wheel.
Violet's gonna look at Gillis and just have her hands out for him to give him, or for him to give her the sarcophagus back.
Of course, and I'll just like move my legs and hand it over to you.
And then she'll just hold it to keep it safe again.
Perfect. Okay, Archibald, good sir.
Okay, so I've still got this cultist by the gunpoint, right?
Yeah. He's breathing pretty heavy. It seems like that rib shot
Really
was
did him in.
pretty rough on him. He's still wiggling a little bit, but like the fight in him's pretty minimal at this point.
Do I know where Gillis and the car are?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you
Like,
can see me.
You're relatively
okay,
close, like
yeah,
it's
so
within
he's-
walking distance.
Archibald, still with the gunpoint, is going to take a step back and go, "You go this way, comprende?" And he's going to like
you're
gesture
letting
with
off
the
the
gun
pressure
to...
on him.
Huh?
You're gonna let the pressure off of him and stand up.
Yes, but the gun is pointed directly at his head.
Hold him by his collar. Hold him by his collar.
I hold him by his collar. Hold him by his collar.
There is some attempt to kind of like move away, but you can clearly see that he probably suffered a concussion from the
Oh
drop
fuck
to
yeah,
down.
the fall.
So like,
Can I give him another concussion?
you can roll a
Like,
fighting
just-
brawl attack
Like
at
pistol
advantage
whip the
if you
shit
want.
out of him.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a brawl
Uh-oh.
at advantage.
Oh, thank you.
You should have at least a half decent one. I think brawls. need
Yeah,
rolls of, like,
actually,
25.
so. Oh yeah, we're gonna pass with a normal.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage.
What
Did you
is
roll that at
DB?
advantage?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Either way, it was still a regular success. But what is
DB is damage bonus, which is on the bottom right.
Most people have 0. It depends on how much you put into certain things.
Yeah, I definitely have 0. Okay, one second. So roll a d6 and then just half everything, right? Everything above 3.
Yeah, so like 2
Well,
is
it's
1.
1,
3,
2 would be 1. 3, 4.
3,
would be
4 is 3. 2, right? 5, 6 is 3.
So effectively, you're taking half rounding up.
I rolled a 4, DM.
So that's 2.
So that's a
damage.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It seems like this shot to the head is pretty rough on him. Like he's bleeding pretty profusely from the head, and like actually staggering significantly more as you're trying to walk him over to the car. Like if anything, hitting him in the back of the head has made this process harder because even if he was compliant,
Oh shit!
he's struggling to walk at this point.
Are you telling me that this wasn't necessary?
More or less.
Oh my god!
I mean, for you,
is that what you think to yourself?
it actually fits.
You're like the
Right?
you're like the third guy to roll up. Dude's already in handcuffs and everything. Stop resisting! And you just smack him in the back of the head anyways. He's like already subdued. You
Cultist
just keep
about
punching.
to die in police custody.
Yeah, literally, he's about to die in handcuffs. Like just, we got some modern day problems going on.
Modern day. These are. This is the same problems everybody's had since the beginning of time.
Yeah, literally.
I think that brings us to Carmilla.
Fucking eye twist. Stop resisting! Just beats him again in the head. Like he's dead.
Not yet, but there's sanity concerns if Archibald does manage to kill this dude. Okay, go ahead and give me a brawl. We can say it's an advantage because you're hitting the lock. And it's an inanimate object.
Massively fails, just fucking with the lock and just on the knee or some shit.
Yeah, it's one of those where like you fucking miss and like hit your own hand.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the fucking
literally.
hammer where you nail your thumb.
Or like you hit the lock, but you didn't hit it, and you just scrape your fucking hand against the metal.
Hard success. Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage with a +1 on the back end of it.
Wow.
And this is specifically your fighting brawl, not the shot-off shotgun stat block, so it'll be a little bit less because you're using it as a blunt instrument. Okay. Padlock, you can clearly see that you cracked it. You probably need one more solid blow like this to be able to knock it loose.
Hell yeah.
That will bring us to Dr. Savage. At this point, I will let you go first. The cultists are going to move towards you to make an attack, but I will let you describe what you want to do first.
Well, you know, all's fair in love and war. He's gonna try kicking one of these dudes in the nuts.
Okay. So the only
I mean,
downside
like, goner.
the only downside to this is you're not going to move away from the cultists themselves. You're relying 100% on this, causing the cultists to not be able to move towards you.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, my back's against the window, so at least you know
There's
nothing's
still a
coming
gap
out of some
between
thighs.
you and the window. You have the window closer to you than the cultists, but you had moved in a few feet with them
Okay,
and your
yeah.
scuffle. So there's potential of not being able to disengage from this fight if this doesn't pan out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't know I was a few feet in. Yeah, he'd like to back up to the fucking.
He's like, yo, if you want to fight, then fight. You're not leaving.
That's fine.
That's why I gave you a chance to make sure
Didn't
we're on the same
expect-
page of what's going on before we committed.
I didn't expect the gift.
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
that's
so.
Oh, that's really good.
The fucking gift got me.
Oh man.
Jesus, yeah. If it was D&D, any of my characters probably looked like that if you kicked a person in the nuts. But this is a different campaign.
Yeah. Okay, so the cultists are going to move towards you. You're able to either
Yeah.
fight back or just straight dodge, depending on which route you would want to go.
Yeah, he's gonna fight back. He's gonna try the kick in the nut strategy. Why not?
Oh, it went out the back.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
27.
so you are fighting?
Well, they
Yeah.
moved on him. So, like, he backed up to the window. They moved on him, and they're
Oh, I
attacking
see.
him. So this is him fighting back from their attack. There
I
was
see.
one regular success. What do you say you got?
I got a 27.
Which was
Well,
Is that
am
regular
I
or hard?
dodging or am I fighting, or is it a choice?
it's your choice.
I guess dodge, so I actually can not take more damage.
Okay. Yeah. So the cultist closest to you basically goes to club, and you are able to duck just enough, and it hits the windowsill. The one behind him isn't able to kind of like get a good swing because of how they're positioned. Because they're kind of, the walkway is only really wide enough for like 1.5 people. So like if you turn sideways, you could kind of like go across at the same time. But because they're both
Okay.
coming the same direction, he's kind of like having to
Yeah.
fight over the back of the other one.
Yeah, the fight, yeah, so they're at a disadvantage. Okay, good.
You will notice at this point that 2 other cultists have started coming up on the side, like the corners of the building. So they're on the same level as you, but they're
Oh,
moving
fuck,
in.
okay.
They have, as best you can tell, like blow darts as they're moving towards you.
What the fuck am I fighting?
Fucking cultists.
No, they had
dude.
blow darts.
Blow
I know,
darts
but
is-
I
That
didn't
is
expect
Call of
blow
the Wild.
darts. Yeah, I expected bats or something. This is America. Where do blow darts come from?
From their homeland.
Oh, I thought he was like brainwashed, like dudes, not
No,
like
these-
tribal.
These are not natives to, like it. Dr.
Oh,
Savage would
okay.
be able to tell. Like these are like, it looks like Pacific Islanders.
Oh,
And
okay.
you guys are in New York, so like, you wouldn't understand why their complexion is this color. I wouldn't think, even like having gone to the war and stuff. Like you might have seen some of it in like your medical textbooks, but like the specific ethnicity is kind of, you wouldn't be
I
able to
mean,
put
yeah,
it
he
together
could
at
be
this
like,
point.
oh, they're from fucking this island in the Caribbean, but he knows there's other races.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, I'm talking specifically like their complexion wouldn't key you in on what part of the world they're from.
Oh yeah, no, he's just like,
Because
man,
like
they
as well traveled
near
as
the
you
equator
are,
probably.
yeah, like.
He's like, they get sun.
Okay, Archibald, good sir. You've pistol whipped this dude in the back of the head who is barely walking at this point. What are you doing with him?
He's leading him
Okay.
to the car so we can
Okay.
put him in the car.
Okay, just
Where's
aware
the
that
thing?
this car is Gillis's Model T that fits like 3 people comfortably, and you're about to put the cultist in with both Gillis and Violet.
We can all smush good.
Okay.
Chival'll sit next to him with the gun still pointed at him.
Okay, I'm glad I broke you.
All I wanted to do was get into the car.
Okay, you're able to get in the car. Like, at this point, the cultist is ready for a nap, which is probably really bad at this point because they probably have
blood
multiple
loss.
concussions.
Archibald, it's all over the seats. As he's bleeding all over it.
He smacked him in the face.
It's not a bad idea to bring him, but we may not have the room. So if we gotta ditch him, we may have to ditch him.
It's fine. You can sit on your lap.
I like to look over him. Is he like drooling with crossed eyes?
His eyes are basically rolled back. As
Oh,
he's like,
fuck, yeah.
like this, his blood's dripping out
Massively
of the back
concussed.
of his head.
Fucking had a brain aneurysm.
Okay, Bentley, you have made it back up to the car at this point.
Realizing that Plan C of trying to get a picture now that we're taking him hostage, I immediately
Wait, you're turning around again?
no. So
I run to the back of the building.
guys, there's a lot happening.
Please tell me you're not.
No. So Carmilla is trying to break open a lock at the front of the building.
You know Carmilla ran towards the front of the building. You don't know what the fuck she's doing up there yet.
Right.
Because you can't
Fucking
see it.
Christ.
Right.
I'm gonna pop something on the passenger side of the car and buckle my fucking seatbelt.
Okay.
No, it's the 1920s. There are no seatbelts.
One, there are no
Yeah,
seatbelts. Two, this car is already maxed out. So as you like go to get in the fucking car, you open it up, and like the cultist sort of like leans sideways, almost falling out of the car.
That's when Archibald will just look at him and like pat to like all of their laps, like lay across.
Oh, for
God.
fuck's sake!
You
thought
guys
you were
did
about to
bring
say
another
something.
car, but it's
I'm going to use my fucking turn to open the trunk and throw this fucker in it.
well, okay. So unfortunately, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
was
we
about to
still have
say.
the Model T image floating around.
Yeah, there's not much of a trunk at all.
Yeah, there's not.
God damn it!
Oh, you
Sorry,
have
dude.
you have a Model T in the 1920s. They had better cars then.
Yeah, it's not like I have a Yukon or like Expedition or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gillis isn't exactly
Yeah,
rich
yeah,
either.
but-
Like this is a hand-me-down car for Gillis.
Oh yeah, yes. I'm thinking of Doctor Strange, fucking Great Gatsby level money over here.
Okay,
I'm wealthy, but
not
rich.
to say that you guys do have another car. It's just is back out on the street outside the Chrysler building,
Right.
so you'd have to hook it
yeah,
back.
okay.
If only we had somebody to run over there real quick and get that.
We kind of said
Okay.
no, and we
It seems like my only option here is to either run to the other side of the building, climb up the goddamn telephone pole, or try to figure out what the hell to do with cultists laying across the Model T.
Can we strap you? Gillis, do you have any rope, man? Can we
Okay, I'm just gonna stick to the original fucking plan. Gillis, give me your fucking camera.
And I kind of fumble and hand it over to you.
I'm gonna grab the camera, use my other hand to hold open motherfucker's eyelids and take a picture.
okay. Go ahead, and give me a photography roll. This
All
isn't to
this
say that
while
you won't
Dr.
get
Savage
the
is fighting
picture
for
as
his
just
life.
determining the quality of said picture.
Can Archibald like lean into the shot?
Okay,
all
so
means.
that was actually a hard success. That was
perfect.
a 14.
Nice.
As a reminder, because I realize I haven't reminded anybody, I think the last 2 or 3 sessions.
Check the boxes.
When you guys get a success, make sure you're checking those boxes because it's important during the developmental phase, assuming your investigators survive.
Hold on. You're gonna have to explain. I'm sorry.
So on your
the
guys'
box by the
your
skill
your stat sheets, there's a little box. You should be checking them when you get successes because you get to increase those skills during the developmental phase if your investigator survives. So you need a way to annotate.
Okay.
But those only happen during developmental phases, which are in between modules like the one we're currently in.
So it's not based off the characteristics, but the skills that you get successes on.
Yeah. So once we get into a developmental phase, I'll basically tell you, all right, we've entered your developmental phase. Anything that you have a check mark in, roll. If you roll higher than the current percentage you have in it, you get to increase it by a D10. So it's basically the opposite of whenever you roll to like succeed, which is so the smaller the score, the more likely you are to increase it.
Okay, makes sense. One more side question. Do I need to add a temporary insanity point for this bullshit?
The temporary insanity is only
Oh,
whenever
just
you take a certain amount of sanity damage in a single instance. So if you take more than, I think it's 8 sanity damage in a single day, you go temporarily insane.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for
Yeah,
explaining, but I was trying to be facetious.
I think
there.
the only one that has happened to is Archibald and Carmilla.
Yeah, my sanity
When
is
do you
currently
put
still
a-
sitting at a 29.
So
Sorry, go
when do you
ahead.
put a check mark next to a thing?
So on the actual
When
stat
it
sheet,
says
there should be a
success.
small box next to each skill.
Yeah.
You just mark it once. So you only get to mark it once per module essentially. So like some of them you
Oh.
might already have marked. You just hold on to that knowledge until we finish this module, and then when we get to the developmental phase, I'll say, I will remind everybody at that point, hey, anything you've got check marks in, go ahead and do your rolls to see if you get to upgrade them.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
Bentley just grabs a picture, hands the camera back, and tries to figure out what the hell to do.
With your hard success, you're able to get very good quality, detailing the whole cultist face, getting good like lighting with the tribal tattoos and everything.
Nice.
So basically, this would be a good one for people to have on record for PICA. Not to your faults, but more because Archibald is Archibald. It does have a very good shot of Archibald leading in, kind of like with a thumbs up.
Oh my gosh! Little bunny ears.
That will bring us to Gilus.
All right, I have a question. I tried doing some doodling, and it looks like it's a potential yes. I'll leave it open to your creative imagination. Are there any phone booths or phones I could use in a reasonable amount of distance?
Give me a spot hidden, specifically to potentially recall spot hidden or what's the other one I'm thinking of? Straight intelligence roll.
Well, I will do that instead if you don't mind. That is a regular success.
You would have recalled that as you were driving up, that there was a phone booth out front of the factory, kind of like up near the front door. Whether or not it's working, you don't know, but there was one there. You assume that was so like factory workers could call home as needed, but you don't know if it got disconnected whenever the factory got closed.
And that's towards the front where Carmilla went? Okay.
That's the only one that you are aware of in the vicinity.
Okay. A part of me thinks we should try to let Peter know sooner than later that there is occult activity here in this abandoned warehouse. But we can't get anywhere until Savage. Savage, are you okay? Just yell up to the window again. And that would be my turn.
Okay. All right, Violet.
It's just gonna You're chilling in the car, giving looks to Archibald for bringing the bloody cultist into the car, and she's gonna pull out her little notebook real quick
There
and
it
just
is.
make some note.
I know it's squished, so it's like.
While I'm holding it, I'm like
She's
taking
got the
notes or
sarcophagus
dehydrating
between
at
her
this point.
knees.
Right.
Gotta catch up, so I'm scribbling. But that'll be my turn.
Okay, Carmelo.
Oh, poop.
I forgot she has to send her messages in Morse code.
Yeah.
Carrier pigeon.
Sounds like she might.
Beep 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 beep.
The first thing I think of with that always is Balto.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, what a pull! I haven't thought about that.
That is
specifically in a long
a
time.
mythical level movie.
It is fantastic. Carmelo, it is your turn if you can hear us.
I think that's what the GIF is for. I'm
Oh,
Oh,
she wants to smash the lock. Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
smashing the lock, go ahead and give me a brawl at advantage.
Is it also fair to say that Dr. Savage can definitely hear Gillis?
I would. He's at the window at this point. Like you guys, as you look up, can kind of see like his back, like in the
okay.
window sill. You don't know what the fuck he's doing though, because like all you can see is his broad ass back. Like,
Gotcha.
normal success. Go ahead and roll me your damage. 2 plus. Where's the 13 coming from?
2 plus the 1? I think is what that is.
The plus 1 because you had a hard success.
Oh, okay.
So just 2. Okay. It looks like you got another decent hit on the padlock, but not as good as your first strike. And it looks like it's just barely holding on. Needs just a little bit more oomph on it to kind of finally break it loose. Which will bring us to Dr. Savage.
I'm jumping out the goddamn window.
Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude, you're really jumping?
Yeah, I'm jumping out the window onto the cloth top of the Model T.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Give me a...
He's not that heavy of a man, but we'll see.
It's the second story of a building, though. Give me a...
If you lower yourself and then drop, you can lessen the fall by at least 5 feet, 6 feet. And I backed up right underneath the window, so I feel like it's just a straight,
Yeah, I mean, he could do that. He could jump out, like, climb, I don't know, hang out the window, then jump off kind of thing.
Yeah, I get the urgency. I'm just trying to, one, not jip you out of anything, and two, be realistic on it. I know it's survivable, so like I'm not too worried on the damage. Because obviously I know Dr. Savage is worried about the 2 people with fucking blow darts as well as the cultists that are trying to club him to fucking death. Give me a dex roll to see how cleanly we get out the window, and then we're gonna follow that up with a size.
Normal success.
Okay, normal success. So you're able to get out the window pretty much unimpeded. And as you make the jump, you'll hear whiz, implying that darts got shot right as you went to jump.
Oh shit.
Give me a size roll to kind of determine how well your bulk kind of plays into making this jump not as bad.
Oh, cool.
Because I want to say,
Size. Is that the SIZ up at the top?
yeah,
Yeah.
so I want to say we had put Dr. Savage as a decently sized dude, so
He's a 65.
Yeah, that means you're pretty tall and bulky.
Yeah, he was like at least 6 feet kind of guy. More slender than bulk though, but still big dude. That's a 75, so that's a fail.
Okay.
Damn.
Basically, you had to tuck to get out the window because of your size. So whenever you come out, you like already over-rotated to start with. So as you like trying to correct yourself so that you're not going to come into the Model T with just straight blunt force, like straight leg, you're having to like
The
compensate
cultist
with
starts to wake up a little bit, and I just smack him back down.
Yeah, and you said you were aiming for the roof of the Model T, right?
Yeah, the like cloth top of it, or I guess.
Which front or back were you primarily running at?
I mean, honestly, he doesn't know who's where in the car, but he definitely wants it to still be drivable, so he's probably gonna try to aim for the back.
Aiming
That
for
way
the back,
they're
got it.
still like, you know.
So Bentley is standing just outside the back door there. As you go to make this jump, you're coming down fairly hard. You're going to take 1d4. The people in the back,
Okay.
so Archibald and the cultists, are each going to take 1 damage from him basically hitting the cloth top and coming straight through it into the back seat.
I like the idea, like, I go out a third time, Dr. Savage! And then he, like, drops onto the car.
Yeah, literally. Dr. Savage just looks over. I can hear you.
Did you say we take 1 point of damage?
You guys will. Dr. Savage is going to take 3.
Oh, fuck.
Sitting at 8. 8 out of 12.
This cultist in the back seat, like, it's just not his day, dude.
Oh.
He is
He's
barely...
like barely breathing.
He's barely breathing and like on the verge of unconsciousness at this point.
Was that really
Oh, Lord.
necessary, old chap?
I'll patch him up in a second. Let me catch my breath.
Anybody inclined, as you look up at the window, you'll now see 2 cultists with blow darts aiming towards the car.
Drive!
Is it fair to say my action was held?
Yeah, you can drive off. The only downside is Bentley's not in the fucking car. He's standing off to the side. Because there's not room in the car. Like,
Get on the hood!
Dr. Savage, pull him up!
Bentley is gonna jump up on the hood, grab onto the tarp of the Model T, and start getting ready to shoot.
When I go to the front of the building.
So like I'm like facing backwards from where we were driving, and I'm aiming back, like on top of the hood, and I'm gonna shoot.
okay, go ahead and give me a firearms roll.
Ooh. That is a 20. That's a hard success.
Nice.
There you go.
Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Okay. That is okay.
Is the sun still up there? Or does Colton have this really bright light right in front
I
of
think
that,
there's just a
like,
bright
curtain?
light on the back
Yeah,
of
I
Riley's
moved to
desk.
the Eastern Hemisphere, and it's daylight.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
DM, that is a 5.
5 total.
5 total.
You see
Nice.
a very solid shot on the closest cultist. They sort of like
Fall out of the window.
not quite there. You see them like clutch their shoulder as like you could see just enough of a crimson sort of like plume that you know for sure you got a solid hit on them as they back away from the window. I assume getting the desired effect that you wanted.
Can I looking at our surroundings, what is the name of the street?
Where the fuck was the Chrysler building?
Oh, Oh, dude, I have no idea.
Or
I barely
guess
know what the
what-
price of the building is.
I want to
gonna
be
say.
paying attention enough to describe where this happened.
We'll say this is happening off of 42nd Street.
The warehouse building on 42nd.
As you guys come around to the front there, Carmilla has been trying to break this fucking block. And basically, as you guys pull around the front, she gets the final strike on it to knock it loose.
Azunga.
Yeah.
Azunga.
Carmilla, for you, as they come around and they start honking the horn, you can see that the top of Gillis's car is fucked up with Savage laying on top of it in the back, so you can't really see Archibald or the cultist anymore, but you can see Bentley hanging off the hood with his gun out, and Gillis and Violet in the front seat.
I say we clown car this shit and get to the other car. I don't know what else to do. There are no other really options.
Dr. Savage would relay to the group that there was at least 4 men around where he entered, and he got the sense that there were many more in the building. So this is definitely a hot spot, but maybe not anything we can handle at the moment is the face he gives.
Yeah, Carmilla, as you're looking at...
Oh my god.
Yeah, as you're looking at Dr. Savage, he is pretty banged up. And for a dude of his, like, combat experience, you know that, like, there's some shit in there if he's coming out looking like this. And the fact that he came out in the first place without having won said fight.
Yeah, like, I'd beat some ass, and I'm still this roughed up, and that was, like, 1 on 2, then 4.
Really, it's basically handing off the other side of the car.
We consumed
either-
all the spots of the car 20 minutes ago.
Or
Yeah, so
dog
it's like-
pile on top of us.
Yeah, you're like half cheating it on the windowsill that's rolled down.
Like, standing on, like, what the fuck is it? Not the bumper, but
The mud scrapers on the side, I'd call them.
yeah.
Well, I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
Yeah, the little grates on the side of trucks and things that.
Yeah,
like, the
it's like the
step-ups.
step stool for getting into the truck or whatever.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
always
remember.
called them the mud scrapers, because before you got in your work truck, you just scrape the mud off on them and get in. Or maybe that's a southern thing. I don't know.
Okay. It is still, we'd say it's probably like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, no,
on a
I know it
work
looks bad. It looks bad. Is there any way Is there any way I can take the less busiest streets? I'm not going to avoid not being seen, but I'm not taking Main Street, basically.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can give me a navigate roll to see how well this goes. To
Oh,
answer
boy.
the short answer to your question is, you guys can take some side roads to try and mitigate how much you're seen in, like, the general public, but you guys are in downtown New York, so, like, this is probably going to be pretty rough.
That's going to be a fail.
Okay, fail. I guess the next question is, where are you going?
My instinct is we don't really have a choice but to get to the other car. We kind of need to get to the other car.
Shit. No wonder why
Yeah,
you failed. You got to go back to, like, fucking Main
Yeah,
Street,
I have-
New York.
I have no choice. No choice.
As you are starting to, like, get heads turning as you guys are going
Ugh.
to the main road there. As you get
Yikes.
back onto the main road, you're able to get up to the other car to, like, let off. I would say
I'll
pretty
stop
much anybody.
half a block away, so I don't have to drive all the way up.
Perfect. So you're able to let off. I would say Bentley Dr. Savage and Carmilla to let them get over to the other car.
Yeah.
Anybody that's inclined, give me a spot hidden at this point.
Dr. Savage is actually going to tend to the cultists to maybe at least make them stable enough not to die.
Okay, Archibald, are you
Someone
giving
else
up your
needs-
seat to?
Yeah,
allow-
someone else has to go then. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Repeat that again.
Dr. Savage. is
Doctor
wanting to
Strange
do
looks at
medicine
you
on-
and says, "Get the fuck out of the car. I'm going to fix him up."
Archibald, he like straightens his suit and gets out of the car.
Okay, Dr. Savage, because you're providing medical attention to the cultists, you won't be able to participate in the spot hidden. But go ahead and give me a
That's
medicine
fine.
check. Everybody else, give me a spot hidden if you're inclined.
Yeah, I think Bentley will do a spot hidden because he specifically was trying to do so after the gunfight.
I just barely failed
That's
on that
a fail.
That's a fail.
one. Oh damn.
I also failed.
No way.
It's fine. Archibald knows the law. He can get us out of this.
Do we have any other chances?
Just Carmilla.
Oh no, she failed.
Okay, how'd your medicine check go, Dr. Savage?
Extreme success.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not that I was worried.
He's almost
but-
got he's got almost a 100 in medicine, so.
Yeah, you using the little bit of the cloth of the cultist himself, you're able to like patch up his head a little bit as far as like bandaging, and you have stabilized him so that his breathing isn't nearly as shallow as it was.
Nice.
Obviously, he's still fucked up, but like you're
Yeah.
99% confident he's going to survive long enough for you and
Yeah.
Carmilla to do what you want to him. As you guys,
Chloroform.
at this point, where are you guys headed? One, have you
Honest-
communicated to each other where you're going? And two, we'll start making that.
Honestly. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I was about to say, can we go somewhere where we can park in a garage?
She has a garage, so you guys can go that way.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, I'll follow whoever's driving the other car. I don't remember. Is it Bentley's car?
We hadn't established who the other's car is, but we could have it be whoever's.
Well, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, I'll follow them back to Carmela's place because I'm not familiar enough.
You guys, as you guys start to drive off, everybody will kind of get the feeling that you're still being tracked.
Yeah.
Go ahead and, if you guys would like, give me another spot hidden roll.
Oh boy, DM's giving us a second chance, everyone. Oh my god, that's another fail. I even have
The spot hidden again.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, you can participate in this one.
Fail.
Oh my god. So
fuck.
Oh,
Extreme
shit.
success.
my hard
Trey did too.
is my hard is a 40 and I rolled a 40.
Oh,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Okay, so
I had a success on it as well.
nice. So my two successes, just regular successes, you guys will notice that there seems to be a murder of crows.
I knew
are
it!
Circling above your cars as you start to drive off, and they're basically following you. My hard and extreme success, what you guys would notice in addition to it, is every single one of these crows seems to have golden eyes.
Oh shit. There you go.
Ugh.
Information.
Could
Um,
they be following the cultist?
or following
Or the
you.
sarcophagus. Or all of us. Yeah, like all of the above answer.
Point
I mean,
down
what
to
if-
the sarcophagus.
the,
What if we shove the guy out the car?
You're not in the same car, Archibald.
Yeah, you're in the other car.
Yeah. He's staying in the goddamn car now.
And it's aside from getting some looks from the general populace, and when you guys had pulled out from the Chrysler Building, you had seen one officer that had kind of like made contact.
Oh, no way.
Luckily for you, specifically with how you guys had positioned the cars, the one in the back is Dr. Savage's, who had already pre-gamed not wanting to be seen, so the license plate isn't there.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, like, you can see that the officer is, like, trying to get details of the cars, but there's not a whole lot to go on. So, like, you're fairly confident as long as you can get somewhere safe without, like, incurring more,
Negative attention?
Yes, that you'll probably be fine. So you're able to kind of get over to Carmilla's place fairly unimpeded and get them into the garage and kind of shut the shit down before anybody like actually sends folks after you. What are we guys doing now?
Carmilla wants to do something cringe. She would like to start shooting at the crows.
There's a cop, like, right there.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Did you want to shoot?
Oh,
at the
my
crows?
bad.
Oh,
my bad. I may have misinterpreted. My bad.
Yeah, I think she meant when they appeared.
Oh, I see. My bad. I am being cringe, everybody. My
okay.
bad.
No, I mean, I would have read it that way, where Carmilla's shooting right as I mentioned all the crows. So, like, it's hard to get joking versus, like, serious whenever you're sending it over a messaging system.
Yeah,
Right.
literally. Hard to infer.
I will offer to make everyone. I imagine that she probably has whiskey, if I remember right. Last time we were here, we drank whiskey. So I will grab a couple of glasses for those who would like a small stiff one, because Gillis is going to need it after all that.
Bentley pulls aside the chair from the table and takes a seat. Puts some ammo back into the barrel and just starts fidgeting by spinning the barrel haphazardly.
Do you think they followed us here?
I'd say quite clearly the crows were on our asses the whole way out, so we know where they're at. They know where we're at.
Oh shit. I'm just not gonna have anybody roll for it because we rolled so high. As you guys had gotten into Carmilla's garage, anybody that would have looked up, you would have noticed that a couple of the crows had peeled off while the rest of them had posted up on a nearby telephone pole, keeping eyes on the house.
Sure.
So it's heavily implied that the other ones went to report where you guys were.
Makes sense.
We can't stay here for long. There's eyes in the skies.
I also am actually just realizing we technically know we're being watched. Maybe this is just normal things. As you see Gillis trying to cope pretty heavily as he takes a sip.
And if you guys missed it in the messaging system, for anybody that's like paying attention in the garage, Carmilla has put the cultist in the punching bag.
Oh fuck. Okay, damn.
Why are we putting him in the punching bag?
Well, any bad will do.
Well, sure, but he's alive, and I thought the point was to question him or do something here.
Stuffing him up.
Before we start beating any answers out of anyone, we need to come up with a plan first. If we know that we're being watched, we can't stay here for long. So we need to reassess the situation, maybe get some answers, and get the fuck out of here.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'd all agree we'd like to not be watched, but there's a whole flock of crows on every outside area of this building. How are we going to avoid a bunch of birds?
Also, in my opinion, as I look over to Carmela, who's like in the process of stuffing, um, I do agree that he might need to be softened up. Though the blow to the back of the head 10 minutes ago may suffice. However, I think that should take place in an environment that has been warded. We are not safe right now. Maybe, if we can swing it, we go back to PICA, but that's just me.
The other thing here, if we are not wanting to incriminate ourselves, we need to figure out how we can alleviate ourselves of any guilt here.
What guilt are we talking about?
We were just involved in a chase. People were shot, and you jumped out of a goddamned window.
Nobody saw most of the chase. Nobody saw me jump out of a window. The only thing they saw was us driving a car down the street.
Not gonna lie, as suspicious as that looked, I agree with Savage. I don't think we need to worry about that.
It's not our first time. I assure you that.
Carmelia, what do you mean about the boys?
Do you not know?
It's been a long time, I'm sorry.
She works
She's
for
part of like the
crime
mob
boss.
family, basically. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Carmilla, I don't doubt that they could help us. I still don't think they would be able to provide a level of protection that the walls of PICA could. But it is better than nothing, I will say.
You see Dr.
Oh.
Savage just take out a nice, like, Cuban cigar and just snip off the front of it, like the front twist and light it. Just takes a big, long drag, kind of calm his nerves. Bureaucracy's never really been my favorite thing in the world. I'd rather avoid all the suits of PICA myself, but if that's the best thing you want.
I mean, look, I have dealt with djinns before, and I know you are newer to the team, Dr. Savage, but you have to understand. It is quite literally out of this world, and I don't know. We don't have to play it safe. I'm not saying something bad will happen. I'm just saying our backs would be
I
protected.
mean, don't get me wrong. I saw Carmilla shoot this thing point blank in the face and it laughed. So I know we're dealing
what
with
exactly?
something, but I don't know. I don't know what to do here.
And at this point, Archibald, he's not even, he didn't grab one of the glasses. He's drinking straight from a bottle.
Oh, shit.
I agree that PICA is our safest bet. We need to get back there.
Is there, like, maybe this is a stretch in specifically Carmilla's house or abode or whatever. Is there like a red room or something I can develop the film for the picture?
I thought you were talking about a red room to fucking torture him.
I would be inclined to say that Carmilla wouldn't have one set up. Like, if you're able to make one impromptu, she might have some space, but like that is definitely not her normal wheelhouse.
Okay. All right.
As the lull and the discussion sort of sets in, you all are startled when there's a knock on the door.
Oh, fuck me. I jolt up, and my eyes dart to the door, but I don't move.
Can Archibald answer it?
If Archibald would like.
As he starts walking off, I grab the bottle from his hands and hand it back over to Carmilla.
No. Carmilla, I've got
Sure. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Cool.
What you
Okay.
mean about that? Like a savage?
What?
He's
What
like
you mean about
tonguing
like
the
a
fucking
savage?
bottle, is what he's saying.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just
So
making
like,
a joke.
Instead of drinking the bottle normally, he's like,
Oh my God, you child. Yeah. So if Carmilla is going to hold the point blank over there, I will take the bottle from you, so you don't answer the door with that in fucking broad daylight.
right. And you see as Archibald heads over to the door, he looks and sees that Carmilla's in place, ready to go in case something happens. He straightens out his hair and straightens out his suit and opens the door.
As you open up the door, you're met with Dr. Morietti. Archibald, it's so good to see you. I am so happy that you guys are ahead of schedule as you see the flicker of the golden eye. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ah, that's it.
I was about to say, I knew that shit. I was like, this motherfucker didn't know we were here.